Welcome to Parenthood Bites, the podcast where we explore life as a parent in tech. I'm your host, Chow, and I have over 15 years of experience in tech, and I'm also currently working as a career coach. I'm the proud mother of 3 incredible boys. In each episode, we have an inspiring guest who will share their remarkable story. You'll find their wisdom and insights both relatable and enriching, because after all, we're all in this parenting journey together. So grab your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's dive into today's episode. Hi everyone, welcome to episode 13 of Parenthood Bites. We're here today with Aaron Hans, who's a senior engineer currently located in the Bay Area. Welcome, Aaron.
Hey, nice to be here.
So happy to have you here. This will be released in January, but we're all getting ready for the holidays. Are you ready for Thanksgiving?
Not really, but it's always a lot of fun. I like to make simple side dishes like yams with way too many marshmallows or something.
I love that. Like, I always put a bunch of marshmallows on there, and
Yes,
then, right? Then it's just basically covered in the
Totally,
light.
yeah.
But that's the whole point, right? Like, when other times are you going to eat that? Like, do you eat it normally?
Exactly. Gotta go a little crazy.
Do you prepare the turkey?
No, I don't. We're going to be at my dad's house this year.
Ah, okay. That's great when you have someone else who's doing the turkey and you're just responsible for like the yams, the mashed potatoes, and
Right. Yeah.
that's like my responsibility. I'm always like, I'll do the mashed potatoes because that's the easiest. But yeah, so I want to start with just kind of asking for the listeners so they know, like, how many kids do you have and what are their ages?
I have 2 kids. My daughter's 12. My son's 9.
Wow. Aaron and I used to work together a long time ago, and I remember your daughter was so little at that time, and you hadn't had your second kid yet. And so now hearing 12 and 9, I'm like, whoa, where did the time go? Wow. So, what brought you to tech, and how many years have you been in tech?
So I graduated college in 96 with a history major. I had like a customer service job. Company needed help with their website, so I was able to kind of leverage that into tech work in the 90s and been doing that ever since.
So started with like kind of working on their website, and you're like, you loved it, right? So you're like, let me continue working on websites.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much fun, like just building something that you can immediately see and interact with, and it's a blast.
Yeah. When I went to school, it was like Java. And then after I graduated, I was like, it's not instantly gratifying. And then going to front end, right, was like so much better for me.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy that.
So, how many years were you in tech when you became a parent?
We didn't have our kids until later, so probably like 13 years or so before we had our first child.
Oh, cool. So, you were probably already like senior engineer at that point.
Yeah, I mean, titles are weird,
Yeah.
I was working in the dot-com boom and I had some title inflation. I remember I got laid off the same day I was promoted to senior engineer once. It's like your title goes up and down, but I've had a lot of cool jobs.
Oh my gosh, what a roller coaster of a
Right.
day to get laid off and promoted on the same day.
Right. I got promoted and I was like, yeah, rule it. And then the boss comes in. This is the last day everyone's getting paid.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Like, I'm just imagining you're going home to your wife and you're like, so I have good news.
Right.
But also, oh man, that's crazy. So what was the parental leave like when you had your first kid and then your second kid?
And both kids, it was standard paternity leave. So I took 6 weeks off and definitely took advantage of that. Really enjoyed it.
That's really cool that you got 6 weeks off for both kids. Were you at the same place or it was different places, but also 6 weeks?
Yeah, it was different places. Yeah. But I mean, it's cool the companies can do that, even if you're not the primary caregiver.
Yeah, but I mean, you're also losing sleep. You're also taking care of the child, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hear people talk about like going back to work the next day or the next week, and they're just like, I don't know, I'm so tired just getting through. I mean, even after 6 weeks, you're still tired. It's still a lot.
Well, it's a total blur, like, you don't realize it. Like, I thought I was like, "Yeah, I'm tired, I'm not really, at my best, but I'm still contributing." And then, like, I looked back at some code I wrote during that time when I was getting no sleep because you're up all night, and it was horrifying. It's like, "Wow, this is not
You're like, wait, I
good."
was tired.
Yeah, totally.
That's funny. And so how was it sharing the news with work? Like, how did they receive the news?
I felt supported, like, um, I had my first kid. I think I was at Wordnik then. Maybe it was before. Yeah, I never had any issues with that, really.
That's great.
Had good support.
Yeah. So after 6 weeks off, was it hard getting back to work, getting back into the work routine?
I remember having this burst of energy, right? Because you're taking care of a kid, and you have these like crises, and you solve it, and you're like, "Oh my god, I'm amazing." But I don't know, like you sort of. I remember being kind of ambitious. I was taking on new projects during that time, but yeah, I really didn't have the perspective that I wasn't performing optimally because I wasn't sleeping and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. You're like just happy to be back and like hit the ground running, right?
yeah, right. Mhm.
Yeah. So if you recall, was there a mother's room at your work on either one of the places?
I don't think so, but I wouldn't have taken advantage of that.
Yeah. But I'm always just curious because I think, like, some startups, they'll have it when there's a need for it, or some places just already have it established.
Did you bring your babies into work?
No, like for pumping and stuff. Not, I didn't,
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. I had my kids at first two at IGN, and I had to take Bart into work. So I couldn't even imagine taking the kids on Bart. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yeah. That's nuts. Hmm.
Yeah. But they did have a mother's room over there. And then my third kid, they didn't. And so they just had a conference room, and they were like, just pull down the blinds and lock the door. And I was like, oh my God, what if someone hears me? What if someone thinks it's a regular conference room and tries to open the door?
Right. Wow.
Yeah. And I remember I was like slacking a coworker, like that was in a meeting in the next room. I'm like, do you hear anything? Any type of motor sounds?
Right. Oh my
Because you
gosh.
just get paranoid and self conscious about it.
Hmm.
So, what do you do for childcare?
Frankly, the only way my family is making it is because my wife stopped working when we had our first child. She's a brilliant designer, and she's really good at that. But it's a privilege for us to have one parent to be able to focus on raising the kids full time. And we also moved near to my parents. And so I'm really happy that my kids got to spend time with my mom regularly before she passed a few years ago. So happy we took advantage of that.
Yeah, that's really great to be near the parents, and it's so important for them to have that relationship and have those memories of that.
Hmm.
So, what is with your kids being 12 and 9, what is sort of the day-to-day routine with them right now?
So right now, I'm really happy that I made a big switch at the beginning of the summer. So I love my job that I had. I was the tech lead for the state of California's Office of Data and Innovation, and just fantastic team. They're doing great work over there. They're hiring right now, and I'd really recommend working for the government. And also, my former boss, Angelica Corati, has this great organization, the Tech Talent Project, where she's trying to funnel, tech workers into the government to really help make an impact for people in the state and federal level. But like, I'm so happy that I made that switch, even though I like that job so much, because just had a great summer with the kids. They're still young enough where they're, happy to spend time with me,
Yeah.
But so I just wanted to take advantage of that. And now I'm just kind of figuring out how I can make things work without working more than 40 hours a week, or, just doing some kind of part-time stuff to get by. And I love it.
Yeah, yeah, that's really great. You're able to spend that time with them because they grow up so fast, right? And before you know it, they're gonna just not want to spend time with us, want to go hang out with
Hmm.
their friends, or, you can't just be like, all right, let's go to Disneyland. They're happy. No. At some point, they'd be like, "No, I'm good. I'd rather just stay in my room on my phone."
Mhm.
Yeah, that's really great. And I've been spending more time with my kids too, and I just see so many things I didn't see before, and like just able to be more involved than before.
Mhm. Seriously.
So, how has your work life changed since you became a parent?
So for me, it's like a gradual shift in priorities for like trying to make more money, get promotions, to like looking for more impactful work. And now, like control of my time is the most important thing. So I want to be able to, focus on the kids and my health and like just make sure that I'm taking care of the family and rather than getting sucked into, shipping the next software release.
Yeah, yeah, having that next big project, right? More prioritizing like that balance.
Hmm.
I remember one of our managers a long time ago was telling me how like you cranked out like a big old project, a deadline, and didn't sleep, just like kept working and working. And I'm sure that's all like before kids, right? After kids, it's like your
Well, I had a
priorities.
kid like at that time,
You
but I
did.
didn't prioritize things well. And
Oh,
I think maybe what you're talking about is like I rewrote the Reverb WordPress plugin, and uh, or maybe there were other things too. But that was like I was so invested in that code and like hated the way the code was written, and I was all like tied up in knots about stuff unnecessarily. Like now, when I look
yeah.
back at it, and I was just like, yeah. But I mean, it was helpful because there were problems with stuff we were shipping. It was messing up people's websites, and I was able to fix it, and I had to support it, and I was successful. But like, you make a lot of sacrifices for whatever employer you're working for that is now long out of business. Like, okay.
But it's yeah, it's like the things we learn along the way and the things that we invest in that are important to us at that time, right? And
Hmm.
yeah, but I think also at like Reverb, you were able to, spend time with the kids as far as I could see because you live closer to work and stuff, so you're able to
Yeah,
do
I
that.
love that so much. You were a manager of our team part of the time I was there, and you were fantastic. Like you really took care of people, and there were a lot of competing priorities. But I was able to just have a short bike ride back and forth to work, and we were like leaving at 5 o'clock. I would get home, and my little toddler would be sprinting across the floor,
Oh,
little tiny legs, yelling "Daddy!" And like I was there to have dinner and read to him every night. That's priceless. That was really cool.
yeah, that sounds like a dream commute. I mean, other than like no commute, but like, because I used to always just take the train to or drive far to wherever I went. And being able to ride your bike home sounds really great. And just being able to like be out and outside.
Yeah, so fantastic. Like that was just amazing. Like my job after that, I had a 2 hour drive each way, and it was horrible. And you get home hella late, and it was crazy.
Yeah, and you're exhausted. Man, 2 hour drive. And then you have to go pee too. Or maybe that's just me. So, what's been your biggest struggle or challenge being a parent in tech?
I think like it's sort of just mental issues, right? And so the biggest thing I've done for myself is to get therapy regularly. And so I have a personal therapist, makes me a way better parent, partner, human being. And, I have better perspective on myself and how I'm reacting to things in the world. And I was really resistant to this for most of my life. Like I knew I had mental issues, but I could easily talk myself out of like getting help by just saying, "Oh, everybody's crazy if you look close enough, whatever."
I mean, you're
But
not wrong.
like, but I was just like operating so far like suboptimally. And so it's just I really feel like I've made progress, which is critical when you're parenting because you're kind of pushed to the edge and you're not able to take care of yourself as well as you should. And so, you need to be able to have that emotional equilibrium.
Yeah, and then you like you were saying in retrospect when you didn't get enough sleep, you're like, "Whoa, I wasn't performing as optimally as I thought." The same thing, right? When you're getting therapy, when you're seeing things from a different light, you're like, "Oh," puts things into a different perspective.
Totally. Exactly.
So I had a therapist too when I was working at Twitter because it was 10 sessions for free with Modern Health. And then afterwards, she was like, oh, it's about, 160 a session. I was like, oh man, I really like this therapy, but oh man. But then, I still wanted to continue because it is so helpful and it does help you kind of have that balance too of things, right? Because work can get real stressful and can really carry on to other things in life.
Yeah. Like, it's so exciting to be shipping stuff with people or to get sucked up into work drama, like, or just, all the cool things that are going on in your workplace. Like, it's so nice now. Like, I'm free from the tyranny of Slack. Like, I don't have to keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, it's so easy to get sucked into Slack, right? It's like, oh, first it's one message, and then you respond to that, and you're like, wait, let me see what's going on in that channel. Oh, wait, do they need me there? And then before you know it, it's like an hour or two.
Hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So, what about what do you struggle with your kids' current ages of 12 and 9?
I don't know. My kids are awesome. Like, I'm the problem all the time. Like, I can get frustrated if I'm juggling too much and we're late and they can't find their shoes. But like, if I can maintain my, I don't know, calm, everything is going to be fine. So, it's just like temporary frustrations, but it's just like constantly amazed at what they're up to. Like, my daughter just started crocheting all this amazing stuff.
Whoa,
She's like, look, I made a hat. I made gloves. And I was like, what? I was teaching my son how to program a video game, and we're like messing up and writing bugs and just cracking up. And this is tons of fun.
that's so awesome. I mean, I tried to crochet once. We did it as like a team activity, and we had the wobbles. Have you heard of wobbles where you like crochet little animals and then they give you like a set and then you crochet it. So I tried to crochet. I don't even remember what animal it was because I never succeeded. We had like my whole team and we were all on the call trying to crochet this animal and not one of us finished. We were just like, this is so hard. I was just like, I had all these plans, I bought the yarn, I bought extra needles. I was like, I'm totally going to crochet, hats and scarves. And I couldn't even crochet that one animal. It's still sitting there, a ball of yarn. So that's really impressive that your daughter can do that. Did she like take lessons or learn on
No,
her
she's just
own?
finding her own patterns and stuff. Like, I haven't done it successfully yet, so I'm totally impressed too.
Wow, hats and gloves. That's
Hmm.
that's really impressive. And your son doing programming. That's really awesome too. I try to get my kids to do it, but I'm not that great myself. So I'm just like, I could help you. And they're like, no, it's okay. We're fine.
Was the like a good intro to programming was like teaching them how to get the computer to talk to you in the browser dev console. And so, like, a
Mm.
couple lines of JavaScript, and now you can make the computer say poop, and you can make the computer say poop 100 times, and they're just like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'll get them.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I should do that. I should be like, let me teach you how to have your computer say poop. They'll get a kick out of that.
Mhm.
Oh, man. I don't know what it is about kids and poop, right? Like, they could talk about it for hours, any derivative of it, right? Like the poop emoji, or like,
Yes.
or if
Mhm.
someone farts in the room, it's like, oh man, then the whole room is just laughing. And my youngest just always, he's always got a fart in him. I don't know how. He's just got that talent. So, but but it's always like, I don't know who farted, you probably see that with your kids. They're just like, I don't know who did it. And I'm like, well, I know it's not me, so it's definitely one of you. And they're like, I don't know, maybe it's the dog. Okay. Let's go with that. So, I know this is something we're all working on, but like, what have you done to kind of achieve that work life balance? You talked a lot about like, trying to hit those deadlines and work being, a lot, but what did you do for work life balance?
I was struggling with it when I was working full time, always, and like, when you're a parent, you can see how dusted your kids are if they don't get proper sleep, nutrition, and exercise. And then I'm like, oh, I got 4 hours of sleep and had cookies for dinner, and things aren't going well. Maybe that's why. And but yeah, so just like sometimes it seems like everybody else has this down, but I'm still working on that, and it makes a big difference when I get the basics right. You know, getting my workout in, eating my vegetables. It's just like, as the parent, I'm failing at that for myself, but working on it.
The things we tell our kids, right? But
Right?
we're
Yeah.
like, well, we're adults. It's okay. If I want to have cookies for dinner, I can because I'm an adult now. Right. And then you experience the crash later on or
Hmm.
the effects of that. I know sometimes my kids will like, well, when are we going to get to do that? I'm like, when you're an adult, when you have your own kids. But then later I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. That was not good. Or like you sleep late, right? Because you're like, well, now my kids are asleep. I can sleep late. And then the next day they're like, they're so well rested, just, refreshed, up and ready to go. And I'm just like, I'm so tired. They were like, well, what were you doing?
Hmm. Totally.
I was enjoying my few hours of like not having to take care of you.
Hmm.
So, what are some things that you do that help you unwind or relax?
I like reading. Read a couple good books lately. Bookshops and Bone Dust and Water Outlaws. Just like sword and sorcery stuff. I like playing D&D with friends. I like playing games with the family, like Boomerang Fu on Switch, or like Ticket to Ride, the board game. Those are fun.
Are those the your favorite board games with the kids?
Recently, yeah.
I'll have to look into that because, like, we've been playing, we play like Sorry or like Monopoly. And Monopoly, it just never ends, right? And it gets to a point where it's just like, okay, we've been playing this for too long. And
Hmm.
Sorry, someone always gets mad because somebody else took their piece and made them start from the beginning. And so I'm like, okay, we need some more challenging but fun games. What are those games about?
So Ticket to Ride is you're trying to make train routes, and so everyone is competing to make the different train routes first, and so that's pretty fun. It's kind of a basic strategy game. And then, like, you ever play Boomerang Fu on the Switch?
No.
You're like a little vegetable and you're throwing boomerangs at everyone else. And that's great until the kids get too good and then you're just toast, right?
Yeah, I think we play like Mario Kart with the
Yeah.
kids. And for the longest time, I wanted to play that because I could beat them, right? So I'm like, yeah, let's play because I could finally beat someone because I never beat my brother growing up. And now they're beating me. And I'm like, maybe I want to play something else. So we'll play like Mario Party and there's all the little games. And I'm like, I don't get it. They're like, oh, mom, just press that button. Just do that. I'm like, I don't know. But they love seeing me struggle. I think they get a kick out of that.
Yeah. Have you tried the new Mario Wonder?
No.
So that's cool because you're all kind of playing at the same time and you're all trying to get through the level. It's sort of collaborative, you
Wait,
know.
I think we might. Is that the one where like you play like the older Mario games
Yeah,
essentially, but
yeah.
then it's with everyone else?
Yep.
We have that. See how little I know? Yeah, we have that. And then I'm like, where am I? And they're like, don't worry, we can make you follow. You can just show up because like I'll just fall off a cliff or something. And then
You got to bubble up, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I'm always like showing up in a little bubble
Mhm,
behind them.
mhm.
Yeah, they're like, we really got to carry you in this game. I'm like, I'm sorry.
You're proud of them, but it's frustrating, yeah.
Yeah, like I used to be better than you. You used to come and ask me. Like when my kid first started playing Minecraft, and I was like, oh
Hmm.
yeah, I totally know how to play this. And I would show him how to build a house and stuff. And we'd look at tutorials and I'd be like, all right, this is how you do it. And it would take us like a day to build a house. And now he'll just be like, in 10 minutes, he's like, here's my house. I'm like, wait, what? What did you just do? And then he'll like be able to travel from one place to another. And I'm like, how do we now he's just way surpassed whatever I could do.
Hmm. That's really awesome seeing what they come up with in Minecraft, though. Huh?
Yeah, it's really fascinating and seeing how like they're able to figure out all this stuff on their own
Hmm.
because I obviously can't. Like, and they're teaching me, and they got like all their little shortcuts and stuff. And
Nice.
I don't know, man. I just know how to mine and build my one house so I don't get killed by the creepers and stuff. Right? That's it. So, what would you tell someone that's just starting to have kids, or like, what do you wish you knew before you had kids?
I don't know if I have any really good advice here. Like for me, when we're about to have kids, I thought I knew what I was in for, but it's way harder, more rewarding than I anticipated. But everybody's struggling with this, so it's okay if it's tough and you're making mistakes. But um, I don't know. I'm really happy to kind of have my perspective on life shift to more meaningful things, though.
Nice. And like you learn as you go, right?
Totally.
I mean, as they're growing up, we're learning how to take care of them. And I feel like our parents made it look so easy, you know, growing up, because I didn't see the struggle. So I was just like, oh, they got it, piece of cake. So I could do it too. No, it's not that easy. And now my mom's like, see, it's not that easy, right? Well, you made it look easy. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. It's like we definitely learn with them. And that's part of the fun, right? Seeing them grow and us growing as well.
Yeah, I mean that whole shift in perspective you're just talking about, where you can understand what your parents were dealing with, that was eye opening.
Yeah, it's like when I was learning to drive, I was like, oh, it looks so easy. Look at them driving to the store. And then when I started driving, I was like, wait a minute, I gotta like multitask with my feet and my hands and my eyes. Like, what? But then, of course, parenting is way harder than that. But it was like the first time where perspectives shifted for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm a good driver now, but it's a lot easier now than when I was 16. Thanks for sharing your story with us today, Erin. It was really nice hearing about your experiences and your perspectives and stuff. And I think there's a lot for people to learn there. So thank you.
Do you have an episode where you answer all these questions yourself?
No, but I like to think that I answer bits and pieces,
Right.
as I add on
Right.
to other people. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure like as the episodes go, people are going to hear like repeat stories. Like, didn't she share that in the first few episodes? Yeah, I'm a reshare a lot of things.
It's great that you're doing this. I'm really looking forward to catching all these episodes myself and learning from other people.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping there's a lot, that we can learn all from each other. And I know that just doing the episodes myself, I've learned so much from people. I've been like just taking notes with everyone I talk to. I'm like, oh, like you're telling me about board games, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got to get those board games. Just a lot that I've been learning. So it's been great. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and an awesome weekend too.
You too, Chow. Great talking to you.
Yeah, great talking to you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today on Parenthood Bites. We hope you found our episode informative and entertaining. If you're a parent in the tech world or know someone who is, we'd love to hear from you. Please reach out to us at chow@parenthoodbites.co, and we'll be thrilled to add your experiences to our interviews. That's chow, CHIAO, at parenthoodbites.co. And to our potential sponsors out there, if you're a business or know of one that would like to support and partner with our podcast, please don't hesitate to get in touch. You can also reach us at chow@parenthoodbites.co. Thank you once again for tuning in, and we wish you a fantastic rest of your week. Until next time, take care and stay curious.